Museveni has been ruling and oppressing us for 40 years. Many of you here were born in poverty. You were born in slavery under Museveni. 99% of you have never seen another president. I am here to tell you today that you're going to see a new president in your year. You are going to see a new president in your youth. The president is standing in front of you. My brothers and sisters, when I was traveling to northern Uganda, was a mission to show you, to paint a picture of a new Uganda. About 2 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, we were at our headquarters in Kampala, and young people from all over Uganda, young people from Buganda, from Ankole, from Busoga, from Lango, from Acholi, and among them from Acholi was my brother Jaga, the Jackal right here. People power, our power, people power, NUP, everywhere, NUP. Alright, among those young people, we had the people that were painting a picture of what Uganda will be. So how we are going to change this our country. Of what we are going to do. Because in 2021 we were not able to talk to you. They were chasing us with bullets and tear gas, and they were hiding behind the computer. So this time around, we decided to come and not only tell you to vote for Bobby Wine, but to show you what Bobby Wine and this group of young Ugandans are going to do for the country. But when I crossed to northern Uganda, I started in Lango, and I felt something talking to me. I felt a voice telling me that it does not matter how good the programs you're bringing to Uganda. It does not matter how many promises I make to you. As long as we are not united, for as long as we have not completely reconciled, for as long as we don't look at each other as brothers and sisters, for as long as we don't have trust in each other, all that will be empty. So I decided that the first message I want to bring to the people of Lango, the people of Acholi, and the people of northern Uganda at large is a message of unity. A message of brotherhood. A message of reconciliation. A message of forgetting the past and starting. A message of looking at each other as the same, as the equal. So this is what I bring to you. I began by telling you we have been divided for so long. And the trick of divide and rule is what has kept Museveni. While he divided us, he continued to rob us. He continued to teach us that the past leaders are very bad. And yet the roads and the hospitals and the schools that we are using today were built by the past leaders. The roads that we use today, the hospitals and the schools, were built by the past governments. 4 years, 7 years only been selling. 4 years, 7 years only been teaching division. For 40 years, Museveni has been teaching us that Uganda belongs to only one tribe. When the pastor was praying here, he prayed against the spirit of tribalism. I want to tell you that in the new Uganda, God is going to answer that prayer. Right now, almost 90% of all the DPCs in Uganda come from one tribe. I said all the DPCs come from one tribe. That is going to change in the new Uganda. In the new Uganda, we are all going to be equal. In the new Uganda, there's not going to be tribalism. In the new Uganda, don't run away, don't people power. You see, I told you that every time I start telling the hard truth, the regime is going to try to intimidate me. They don't. When we come together, that new Uganda that I'm talking about, people of Uganda are going to be the bosses. We will be servants. Uganda is not going to be a kingdom of righteousness. Uganda will not be a kingdom of Museveni. Today, the old man of 85 years has reduced our country to a kingdom. He is the president and he has made his son head of the military. I am telling you that that is going to end this election, this time. And we can do it. Therefore, my brothers and sisters, I'm here to tell you that you have the power. I have moved all over the country. From the west to the east, to the center, and now we are in the north. Look at how many we are. Look at how we are. Look at how promising we are. Look at how promising we are. I want to tell you today that we have been used by all the people for far too long. Right now as we speak, your children are not going to school because the teachers are not being paid. Right now as we speak, our people, especially women, are dying in hospitals. Because no medicine in the hospital. Because the doctors and nurses are not being paid. Right now as we speak, our brothers and sisters in uniform, the police officers and are the worst paid people. And they live in terrible conditions. And yet these are the same people who are sent to beat us and torture us. I am here to tell you and to tell as soon as they make me president, I made this promise in 2021 and I'm repeating it again. That the lowest paid police officer and soldier will be handing 1 million. I want you to send a message to all of them. Tell them they are our brothers and sisters. Tell them they deserve better. They are not colonial police officers. They are not colonial army. We are ordered to beat fellow black people. They can change. To you, the young people of Acholi, those that are watching me and those that are watching me all over the world, we can bring a difference in Uganda. We are only failing to do this because we are not united. Museveni is using us against each other. By telling you that you should not rely with Bobby Wine because he's in Uganda. I am here to tell you, my brothers and sisters, that we have the same skin and we have the same blood color. I am here to tell you that our enemy is poverty and our friend is a bright future. All of us. No tribe in Uganda is free. They actually are not free. The Langi are not free. The Rwanda are not free. The Rwanda are not free. Even the Banyankole are not free. I say even the Banyankole are not free. So my brothers and sisters, don't look at any tribe in Uganda as an enemy. Museveni uses people against each other. It is very important for us to unite as Ugandans. Let me even tell you this. Even if you don't vote for me, I said even if you don't vote for me, as long as you open your eyes and we unite as Uganda. We are the generation that must do that. Museveni ruled over our grandfathers. He ruled over our fathers and mothers. The people you respect, and then he gives them money, and he uses them to keep you as he does that here actually, he does it in Uganda, he does it everywhere. And those who don't agree with him, they end up dying suspiciously. In Uganda, where I come from, many of you know Sheikh Muzata, and you don't know how he died. Many of you know, nobody knows how he died. When he comes to Acholi, all of you know about a man called Paul Loket. How he died. All of you know about a man called, listen to me, the things I'm telling you. Please, I'm telling you, no other can you tell you. Thank you very much for listening to me. Okay, Bobby, respect, Bobby. Thank you so much, okay. Listen to me, my brothers and sisters. I say, as long, even if you don't for me, I want you to open your eyes. Maybe one day, you will end the slavery, and my child will benefit from that freedom. So I was telling you, that here in Acholi, there was a man called Gilbert Olanya. Here in Northern Uganda, there was a man called Julius Oketa. The list is endless. And then he will come among the young people. You, the ghetto people, I want you to know that Museveni never knew the meaning of the word ghetto. Museveni never knew about the life of a musician. But when Museveni saw that he has cleared all the intellectuals, he has cleared all the soldiers, he has cleared all the leading people that we respected, he relaxed, he thought he has conquered Uganda and he has dominated the kingdom, and he lets his drunken son. But listen to me, we worship a God who never sleeps. God went to the ghetto and he brought Now listen to me. I have already told you that Museveni never knew the word ghetto. He never knew the word ghetto. But when he knew that Bobby Wine comes from the ghetto, Bobby Wine started looking for my friend. He started looking for all the people so that he can silence me. He tried to buy me. I said, you don't know. You don't know, brother. So this is what he did. This is what Museveni did. Museveni started looking for all my friends. He went to Uganda. He looked for my brother. The one who used to be my brother. You know him. We paid him peanuts. And he bought him. All of you know Becham Butcherman. But he paid him peanuts and he started using him to keep us as slaves. He did not stop there. He went all over the country. He even came here to Northern Uganda, particularly here in Kitgum. And he told my brother Bosley. These people don't know. Museveni does not love them. Museveni is just using them. I want to stand here and send all of you, my brothers and sisters. I want to send you to send a message to those brothers, especially Bosniak. Tell him he is still my brother. Tell him that I know he does not feel the word that comes from his mouth does not come from his heart. Tell him he's a slave like all of us here. I know, I'm told. Now tell all the ghetto people that are being used that for us who come from the ghetto, as the original ghetto people, we work hard not to leave the ghetto but to make the ghetto a better place. To all those brothers and sisters, the ghetto people and the Rasta men of Kitgum and Northern Uganda, tell them that Bob Marley was preaching equal rights and justice. Reggae music is about freedom. Reggae music is about opening the eyes of the people. Reggae music is about justice. And that is what we have to stand for. My brothers and sisters, don't sell your soul for money. The Bible says, what will you gain if you get the whole world and lose your soul? They are paying you so that they can keep your brothers and sisters as slaves. Your conscience is not for sale. No amount of money will be given to you and your people escape slavery. The money they give you to cover the truth, that money is supposed to pay the teachers. The money that they give the musicians to sing to Bonga Nawe, that money is supposed to pay salaries for teachers so that our children go to school. The money that is being given to the police officers and the soldiers to follow Bobby Wine and someone like me, that money can be used to improve the infrastructure. So I am telling you, my brothers and sisters, that we can live better. I don't want to spend a lot of time breaking down the manifesto for you, telling you what you want to do. I want to tell you to take the power in your hands, to use your vote, to use our numbers. We are very many. Everywhere in the country. I want you to take examples from the young people of Kenya. I want you to take examples from the young people of Madagascar. I want you to take examples from the young people of Tanzania. You have smartphones. You have TikTok. This is a latter generation. This is a modern generation. This is an awakened generation. One thing we need to do is to make this a united generation. Let's make this a united generation. Let us speak with one voice. From the north to the south. From the east to the west. All of you young people, there has never been a time like this in our lifetime. And there will never be a time like this in our lifetime. We are the majority. 85% of you are younger than me. The Electoral Commission is telling us. The Electoral Commission is telling us that we have 19 million registered voters. 90% of them are your age. But I want to tell you that they have been discouraging us from voting. Even Yabakama, the chairman of the Electoral Commission, I saw him on TV trying to intimidate you and scare you from the election. I want to ask you, let us overpower them. Let us overwhelm them. Let us stand out and vote. I don't care what you are voting for. Please go and vote. Please go and vote. That is going to be the first act of nationalism. You going to vote is going to be the most important act of nationalism. Please stand out and vote. And now when you're going to vote, I want you to think about the road that goes to your village. When you're going to vote, I want you to think about the hospital near you. When you are going to vote, I want you to think about the schools around you. Don't think about Bobby Wine. No. When you are going to vote, I want you to think about the sons of Acholi that have died. When you're going to vote, I want you to remember that this old man has been ruling us at gunpoint for 40 years. You know that your vote matters. So when you are voting, vote with your eyes open. I am not asking you to believe in Bobby Wine. I am asking you to believe in you. I am asking you to believe in you. Now that we are here, so many great leaders have come from here. The future leader that comes from Kitgum might be you. This very place where we're standing, here we were standing, on the soil where you are standing. Once upon a time there stood a man called Tito Okello. Where you are standing, stood great men and great women. You can be the great man and the great woman of this generation. We can be the great people of this generation. The only difference is that we are going to be united. We are going to be equal. Looking at each other as equal before and under the law. Benefiting equally from the wealth of the country. When we go to the military, whether you are recruited from Agago, or from Barara, or from Masaka, promotion will be on merit. Promotion in the police will not depend on your tribe. Promotion in the military is not going to depend on your tribe. When you go to Uganda Revenue Authority in Uganda, you will not find one child. You will find all Ugandans. That is the new Uganda that we want. So my brothers and sisters, I can go on and on about the new Uganda. But for us to achieve that new Uganda, it will take you and me. I can only lead you. I can only represent that new Uganda. I can only stand here to be elected as president on your behalf. But if you are not involved, that will be an empty dream. I therefore want to humbly ask all of you to be a Bobi Wine of your village. I'm asking you to be the Bobi Wine of your village. To be a Bobi Wine of your family. Everywhere. Please go and reduce this message. Put this message in your language. Teach other people. Take this message and run away with it. Tell people these are not words of Bobi Wine. These are words of a group of young people, including yourself. This is a message that we want to cut across. Tell them this is not Bobi Wine's cause. Don't do this for me. Do this for your child. Do this for your family. So send this message. The military is on our side. Why I said they on our side? Museveni has never defeated us in any polling station in a barracks, whether police or military. Those people are also suffering. We must liberate them. So stay there until the end of the voting. Watch as they count the ballots one by one. Watch as they count them. Put on a bad face. Put on a bad face. And after we win on your polling station, celebrate the win. If Byabakama tries to play around, you have already seen Byabakama. He is supposed to be the referee, but he is now trying to discredit the protest vote. Mr. Byabakama, I stand in Kigum to send a clear message to you. This time we don't play. We don't play at all. The people of Uganda are going to vote, and they want their voice to be respected. So stay there. If Byabakama try to play around with your voice, he's trying to play with your future. Because when you vote for the umbrella, when you vote for Bobi Wine, when you're voting for NUP, you will be signing your appointment letter for a new job. When you vote for a new Uganda, you will be signing a letter to chase away the military away from the lakes so that our people can enjoy their natural resources. When you vote for Bobi Wine, you will be signing a release letter for Dr. Besigye and all political prisoners. You will be releasing Eddie Mutwe. You will be releasing the innocent Karamajong boys, that are the Karachunas, that are being kept in prison for Kampala with no crime. When you vote for us, you will be taking power in your hands. Because moving forward, it will be servant leadership. It will be servant leadership. Where leaders are servants and the people are the bosses. What leaders will be coming to you to ask for votes, not intimidating you with guns. You will not see a president coming to Kibum and they close all the roads. And jamming and turning off the phone. You will be having a president who will sit down and eat with you. A president who will understand you. A president of your generation. A president who seeks to unite all of us. And from then, if even the youngest boy down in Kitgum will have the right to say, when I grow up, I want to be president. And your children, I said your children will be able to go to school and they will get decent jobs. Your daughters will not have to go and become kadamas. There's a young girl that I always see in TikTok who comes from here in Kitgum, and she speaks about change. I can tell you, is she there? Is she there? You can know. I want you to know that you will not need to go to the city will be coming to you. Have you ever wondered why when you have to travel to Kenya, you have to take a flight to Sudan, you have to drive all the way? When you have to go to Kenya, you have to drive all the way to Entebbe. After 40 years, we still have only one airport. That will change. I can go on and on and on. But I'll conclude by telling you, my brothers and sisters, we have an opportunity. Let us use it. Let us use it. Don't allow people to divide you. Don't allow people to divide you. We are one people. And when we unite, we can this country. We can enjoy this country. We can benefit from our youth. Especially you, the young ones. Our children will praise us. They will know that our fathers and mothers live in Uganda. And we shall live in a country that gives dignity to all of us. Thank you very much for listening. I don't want to stop talking to you because I feel like I should empty my heart for you. But I'm asking you also. I am asking you, please follow us wherever we go. I've said some things here and I've not said others. Maybe I'll say them when I go to Agago. Maybe I'll say them when I go to Kaden. But I am asking you to follow on this message so that you translate it in your TikTok. We are always live.
Wetukira walemedde abantu beno babaaki bane kasedo wozimuliwulira ate na following okoze bubi nnyo. Tulina omukulembeze Bakyagwanyi Ssentamu n'omuliro gubadde gunzigwako. I want you to plan groups. I want you to build your own group. So that you can be your own protector. We have groups to look for the vote and use them to guard the vote. Thank you much for listening to me, brothers and sisters. Thank God for giving us this day. Put our hands together and thank Almighty God. A new day is coming to Uganda. Freedom is coming to Uganda. We are going to be free. We are going to be free. Oh, thank God we are going to be free. Thank you very much for listening to me. People power. Our power. Our power. People power. NUP. Everywhere. Everywhere. NUP. Kuna muziki wa DJ. Wewe mati wa DJ. I say we are fighting for freedom. Rapam. We are fighting for. Put up. Somebody want to give me a gift. People power. People power. Our power. Ojo actually, Charles, Anadoni, National Unity Platform.